Hi and welcome to a new vlog. I am outside my favourite garden centre. It's called the Village Nurseries in West Chorlington and I love it. I am looking at pots. I'm not buying pots. I'm going to take pictures and show Si and see what he thinks. But I also want to get some compost because they have the best compost here. And my seedlings are going great guns in the greenhouse, which is very, very exciting, and it won't be long before they need potting on. And I've got some other types of compost, but it's quite claggy. And I don't think seedlings need claggy compost. So I've come here to get some of theirs and just have a little mooch around. So I think it is quite busy, but I'll try and share little snippets of it with you. I do love it in there. Such a lovely, friendly little nursery. I bought a chive, some seed potatoes. I haven't always had great success with potatoes, but I've got all of the compost now in the kitchen garden, so I'm going to try again. So hopefully that's better. I just saw the seed potatoes, so I thought, you know what, let's just do it. Let's give it another go before I give up forever. And I got my compost, so that is excellent. I had a look at pots. Sorry, the car's doing funny things. The problem with this car is it starts the moment you get in it and sit in the driver's seat. I haven't put my foot on anything, I haven't pressed anything, but the car sort of system kicked in, so it stopped me recording, which is quite frustrating. I'm still getting to grips with this, but I do love it. I do love it. I think I've kept telling you that. Anyway, I'm going to head back home. The children, in fact, before I put my seatbelt on, because that will probably do something else, the children are in London with Simon. So Gus had a birthday party up in London, one of his school friends, and he took Gus and a friend who we had to stay last night, and Coco and a friend of hers up to London. He took the girls out for lunch and a spot of shopping, and he's just phoned and said London is absolutely buzzing with the coronation, which is so exciting. I'm so pleased to hear. They were in Duke of York Square in Chelsea, and then they were driving across Hyde Park and over the Serpentine when I spoke to him. He said that they were out on boats. It's just a perfect spring day in London, not too hot, all the blossom out, and it just everything looking glorious with a lovely atmosphere. So that's really good to hear. So I have had a day, I mean it's now actually 4:15. I have cleaned the B&B room. I had B&B guests that came early. I have done some washing. I have filmed one of my YouTube videos, how-to video, and I've just been sort of pottering around doing those sorts of things. Coco and I are supposed to be doing a side saddle demonstration tomorrow, but as I mentioned in last week's vlog, Colin's cut his leg and Cassie had lost a shoe. The shoe is back on. My friend is kindly taking us. She's got a horse transport business, which is very, very lucky for us. So I've booked her in, and we're just taking Cassie. I'm not taking Colin. His leg is healing well, but it's a little bit swollen, and I thought, you know what, there's absolutely no point. So just Cassie and Coco are going. So I need to bath Cassie and get some things ready for tomorrow, and I need to muck out the fields and do all of that. So I need to get back and crack on, put on my welly boots. The fields are still pretty wet, but the weather today it's just been a perfect spring day, which I love because it just makes you feel so much better. When it's miserable, it's all a little bit of an effort. I have to give myself a talking to. Come on, Charlie, we can do this. Whereas today, it's just like, yes, this is so exciting. Anyhow, I will chat to you later. I'm back from the Village Nurseries, and before I go up and start doing horses, I have had a couple of deliveries today, which I thought I would open with you. This first one is from Amazon, and Em, who helps me here, she comes once a week for a few hours, told me about this, and it's this fragrance, And I know I've smelt it somewhere, and it takes me back to a holiday in Malta, like, oh my goodness, how many years ago? Maybe 20 years ago, in fact, 22 years ago. It's called Gotas Fresca, and I will leave it linked down below. It's Spanish. Maybe it takes me back to Spain, I don't know. It's this beautiful fragrance, and it definitely takes me back to Malta. And it's just gorgeous. So Em wears this. She like spritzes her home, her clothes, herself in it. And it's a really beautiful fragrance. I mean, I love the smell. It's a concentrate. I'm not really sure exactly what you use it for. But it smells brilliant. So, you know, just for freshening up a room, just for spritzing around the place. Really, really lovely. So I will leave that link down below. Tess is just having a drink beside me if you wonder what that noise is. And then another exciting delivery. So this is from Lulu Collection, and everything from them I've always bought. I love their clothes. They have some great things. In fact, I actually ordered something this morning, which I saw on their website. They have gorgeous, gorgeous things. And they sweetly got in touch and said, Charlie, thank you so much for sharing. We'd like to give you something. Would you like to choose something from the collection? And this is what I've chosen, which is very, very kind of them. They have really beautiful things, and just put a card in saying thank you so much. And I actually saw these on their website, and I think they must have had maybe more stock in, because I was going to buy one and they were out of stock, and when I went to look, they were back in stock. So these are very fashionable at the moment, and it's just really kind of great little jacket for this time of year. And I just think the colours are really, really pretty. You can snuggle up with this, maybe with your nightie, reading your book downstairs on a sort of summer evening when you just need an extra layer, or actually you can dress it up and just go out if it's a little bit chilly. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. So a big, big thank you to Lulu Collection. And actually probably the thing that I ordered may arrive, so I can show you that later on in this vlog. It's a really pretty little blouse for the summer. I have one similar-ish but different that actually is so old it's fit for the bin, but I love the colour. So that will be chucked. It's literally 20 years old. So I thought it was time to replace it. But this is really lovely and will be terribly useful. So a big thank you to the girls there. Anyway, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to put my sun visor on, and I am going to scrub a pony, muck out, empty the car of the compost, see if anything needs potting on, but I don't think it does yet. I just wanted to be prepared. And because we've actually got a bank holiday weekend this weekend, I thought it was a good chance, maybe on Monday, to do some potting on. So anyway, I'm gonna do that. I've just got Cassie in, and you can't really see because of the way the sun is, but she is pretty filthy. So I'm gonna give her a good bath, and then she should be dry by the time they get back from London and Coco can ride her. So that is my plan. So let's get going. Cassie is just drying off in the sun, bless her. I thought I'd share this little secret with you. So I haven't used this on her body. I have used this on her body, which is horse shampoo, but I have used this on her tail. And I have actually washed her tail 4 times now. And I'm leaving this on. You can't really see her tail. I'm leaving this on to work its magic, and it should come clean. to be honest, with a grey pony, you want them to have a white tail, and I should be doing this every single day during the showing season, but I haven't. So anyway, I'm leaving this on probably for 5 minutes or so, and then I shall rinse her tail out for the final time, and then I use a mane and tail conditioner, and I'll just brush that through. And I probably will wash it again in the morning, and I will wash her legs again in the morning, but I have done the bulk of her. I've got to plait her mane, so I didn't give that a really good wash, because actually it's much easier to plait a dirty mane than a really clean one. So it's had a kind of semi-wash, but I will give it a proper wash. But the weather just hasn't been good enough to kind of do a full bath, although Hooch did have a mane wash last weekend. Coco did that. But this, for white tails, grey ponies with white tails, only their tails, not their body, is my secret. It is the best stuff. And those of you that know me well will probably be chuckling, because I use this in the house and I love it. I absolutely swear by the stuff. It's great. Good morning. We are getting ready for Coco to ride at the South of England Showground. It is the heavyweight horse show, and they are doing a side saddle display. I'm feeling a little bit sad that I'm not taking Colin, but it's the pressure's off just getting one pony ready. Cassie has had another tail wash this morning just to try and get it as clean as possible. And I have plaited her mane. Coco, will you show everybody? Coco's my camera girl this morning, aren't you? And I'm just plaiting her tail. I'm just popping this in. I normally do this when we get there, just in case, but we're actually ahead of time, and I thought that I'd just do it quickly now, and if I have to redo it when we get there, it's not the end of the world. But I'd rather have more time, because it's our first sort of thing of the season, which I always find slightly nerve-wracking. Have we got everything? Have we remembered everything? But I think we have. I think we're pretty organised. So I will share with you a bit of demonstration when we get there. Debbie is kindly coming to pick us up because the car is an absolute no-go. I might have more of an update on that later on in this vlog, but I'm not too sure, but it's really not looking good. Anyway, I'll see you there. That wasn't quite the day that we had planned. We got to the south of England, got Cassie all ready, Coco all ready, and Coco was about to get on board, and Cassie pulled back from the mounting block that Coco was standing on, which was really odd. She doesn't normally do that, she normally stands beautifully, but she pulled back and then had a seizure and collapsed, which was really frightening, really frightening. She then came to and sort of got half up and then went down again. A couple of people rushed over to help. We managed to get her saddle off and get her back up, and then she started grazing happily, but obviously Coco didn't ride her and won't ride her again, which yeah, it's been a tough afternoon, to be perfectly honest. You know, really difficult conversations with Coco in the car back, and a lot of tears, an awful lot of tears. Cassie is now out in the paddock grazing quite happily. It's currently Sunday afternoon, and I spoke to the emergency vet there, and they said it's possibly her heart, possibly something else going on. Because she was up and eating and quite happy, we waited for an hour and then we travelled her back. And actually it was really lucky that Debbie was driving, because she's a professional horse transporter. She's got cameras in the back so she could watch every move. So I was following in convoy, and she said, you know, if I stop and put my hazards on, there's a problem. But we got her home and she seems absolutely fine. She's out in the field happily grazing, and I will get the vet. You know, I don't feel like it's an emergency to get my vet at work. The problem is it's not my vet. It will be whoever's on call this weekend, which isn't our vet practice. So I'm going to wait until Tuesday and then speak to our vets and get her checked over properly and some blood tests, and we will take it from there. But because of what's happened today, she's you know, we have to retire her immediately, which is just, you know, really, really hard. Coco wrote to her and I had lovely hack on her yesterday, and it's just, yeah. And I just said to Coco, you just have to remember all of the positive, all the good times. And Coco's had her, I'm trying to remember, I think we've had her for 5 years, and you know, she's a pony of a lifetime. So it's, you know, there are the huge, sorry, the huge highs and lows of horses and animals and owning animals. And the main thing is she's home and she seems really happy. I'll take you out into the paddock in a moment, but I just sort of undenied whether I was going to talk to you today, and I thought, just do it, because it'll be even harder probably tomorrow. So we brought her back. We've also just been to pick up Willow. Willow has come home, probably for her last summer as well. So it's, yeah, sort of bittersweet day. Coco said to me in the car on the way back, she said, we're going to have 4 ponies at home and only 2 that could be ridden. And I'm pleased that Coco realises that Cassie can't be ridden again. You know, if she was to have another seizure with somebody on board, it would be awful. And I just feel Cassie's such an amazing pony that she didn't let Coco get on and then have the seizure, because it could have been a very, very different story. I have slightly hurt my wrist when she went down, and Coco slightly hurt her shoulder, but it could have been a completely different outcome. So hugely grateful for that. But just feel, yeah, a bit drained and a bit emotional. But I'll take you out to meet Willow, because I don't think you've met Willow. I have shared her on my TikTok not that long ago, but Willow retired. I'm trying to remember how long ago. We owned Willow for 10 years. She was Archer's first pony. She came when Archer was 4, and they all learnt to ride on her. She's the dearest girl. She's now 36, which is the most incredible age. And she's been at our friends, I think, for the last 4 or 5 years. Because we can't turn out in the winter, and I just didn't feel it was fair to keep her stabled and not ridden throughout the winter. So she has been at their house, and now it's time for her to be here for the summer, and we'll see how she is going into the winter. But let's go out and have a look. And I'm sorry for being emotional, but it's just, well, it's just hard. It's really hard. And I think I remember when I was Coco's age and I had a lovely pony that broke her leg, and it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And I know what Cassie means to Coco, and I just feel really sorry for Coco, because she's lost her dear little Maud, her little dog, not that long ago, and now to have this blow with Cassie is horrid, really horrid. But you know, it's the highs and lows of animals. So anyway, let's go out and see them. So this is darling Willow, very old pony, absolute saint of a pony. She doesn't have many teeth left, and she needs a good groom to get her winter coat out. She's just meeting Hooch over the fence, and then she will actually go out with him once they've got to know one another. But we thought it was best for them to just meet over the fence first. So we now have 4 grey ponies in our lives. Darling Willow, Hoochie, Colin, who's up there, and there is Cassie. Let's go and see her. Here she is. Darling girl. You are the best. You are. You are. But she seems quite happy, keeping a very, very close eye on her. And we'll just see how she is. I'm feeling a little bit more composed. I've had a lovely, lovely long chat with Simon about everything from today. I've turned Willow out with Hooch. They're down there in the distance and they seem very happy together. It's lovely to have Willow back. Coco came up for about an hour and gave her a good groom and spent some time with Cassie, which is lovely. Cassie's just over there, quite happily grazing. I think I'm pointing in the wrong direction. She's there. And I've got my wheelbarrow just doing the mucking out. But anyway, I think I'm going to have a bath. And probably a strong drink, to be perfectly honest. I think I might have a gin and tonic and try and have a relatively early night with my book. Coco seems okay. She went for a bike ride. She spent time up here with her ponies and everybody has eaten. We went for comfort food of pasta, peas and bacon and garlic bread, which was just what we all needed. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight and I will chat to you tomorrow. Good morning. I am just up here by the asparagus bed and it's looking really good. I've got my knife and I've got my basket and it's time to pick some of our asparagus. I actually picked a little bit while we were away, which hasn't been eaten yet. So I think I'm going to get quite a good haul that we can enjoy for supper this evening. I have balanced you over there against a bottle of shampoo, but I thought we'd talk through how to cut your asparagus. So you have to go down quite deep using a knife just below the soil line, and there's another one coming up there, so I've got to be a bit careful not to damage it, but just chop it off like that. The sun has come out and it's quite warm, but I've got my first asparagus haul, which is very, very exciting. So I'm going to take these in, give them a wash, and we shall enjoy them later for supper. Hi, I'm just up in the kitchen garden. We ended up having quite a quiet day. I did pop out with the children briefly, but it started raining and none of us were really in the mood for doing anything. I think we're feeling, well, I mean, obviously Gus is fine. But Coco and I are just feeling a bit flat, I suppose. And actually I'm quite sore. I hadn't realised how sore I was, and I don't know what happened when Cassie went down. But I'm really sore down my left side, my left arm and side of my body, and my wrist is still a bit sore, and it's a bit swollen on my hand last night, and Coke's is a bit sore, and we're just sort of feeling a bit flat. Simon is nearly home from his trip to Norfolk, picking up Lola, so it'll be gorgeous to see her. But yeah, I went to bed this afternoon after lunch and read my book for a little while and just, I don't know, just kind of processing everything that happened yesterday. I had a really lovely chat with Si last night, well, yesterday, sort of late afternoon and last night, and I think it's hit me really hard because, and it was Simon that picked up on this, and he's absolutely spot on, he knows me so well. I used to do a lot of side saddle riding with my mother. It was a thing. She didn't ride side saddle, but we went to lots of things together. Sorry, there's a plane going overhead, just a little small plane. But Mum and I had our happiest times doing the side saddle together, and because of my accidents, my broken bones and various things, I didn't think I would ever ride again. I didn't think that I would ever be able to ride side saddle with my daughter. And last year, twice, my dream came true of riding Colin and Cassie side saddle with Coco, and it was just such a magical time, so special. And I have those memories, and I'm so lucky I have those memories. But I think the realization that that's not going to happen again. Yes, hopefully one day we will ride side saddle together, but not with Colin and Cassie. And because they're both grey ponies, they just looked gorgeous. It was, you know, just a sort of wonderful double act of mother and daughter. And that hit hard. It hit really hard. I think that's why I was so emotional talking to you yesterday. And I think it's really kind of deep, and it goes back to my childhood and, you know, all of that stuff. Because I said to Si, I just want to cry for hours. This has hit me really hard. And it was so lovely having the time to talk it through with him. And I had a long chat with my brother this morning, and he was so sweet and understanding. And I think, you know, it was a big shock. It was such a shock. And Coco is being so brave. It has hit her hard. She is being really brave, and I really admire that bravery and courage. But, you know, for a little girl, it's pretty heartbreaking. And she was supposed to be competing at Windsor Horse Show in 2 weekends' time. And so that was something that we were aiming towards. And it's always been her dream to ride at Windsor. And, you know, she's pretty gutted about that. And she was really looking forward to the showing season ahead with Cassie. And she can't do side saddle on Hoot. We haven't even tried putting a side saddle on him. I just don't think he's not that kind of pony. And she loves her dressage with Cassie, and Cassie is so beautifully schooled that for Coco, I mean, it's not effortless her riding her, you know, doing dressage on her, but, you know, she could do half pass and shoulder in and flying changes and all of those things, and she loved it. And so, you know, that's sad, and I don't have the answers to her questions at the moment. Whether we will look for something else for her sooner rather than later, although we can't afford to buy anything, so that's, you know, another challenge, or whether she just has fun with Hoot this season and then we see what comes in the future. And I think time will tell, I suppose, and there is no rush on these things. But it's hard as a mother not having the answers and just saying, darling, let's just let time take its course and see what happens. So that's sort of where I am today. I've been quite quiet, but I've just needed to kind of process what has gone on. Anyway, we are having our asparagus for supper, just with some salmon. I think I'm just going to do it really simply, but I haven't decided yet. And I am planting my onions. Let me show you. So this is a lot later than it should have been, but I've had to prepare this area, which has taken quite a lot of preparing and compost ordering and what have you. But I've just popped them out along here. I've got 3 rows, red onions, here some shallots and some other onions at the end, some white onions. So I'm just going to get those planted up, and I might plant some potatoes, but that means I need to do some digging. And I'm not sure the body is feeling like digging today, to be perfectly honest. I'm being very gentle, very kind to myself. I did have a hot bath last night, and I did have 1 large gin tonic. Now, I say large gin tonic, it's probably 2 thimblefuls of gin because I'm such a lightweight. I don't drink very much. Normally I have 1 thimble, but I went rogue and had 2 last night, which was pretty crazy. Or 2 thimbles, not 2 gins. But I am feeling quite fragile, and I think I'm going with it rather than fighting it. I just thought the children have actually had a really busy weekend and have been really sociable. Gussie had a party in London on Saturday, and then he had a friend all day yesterday, and so I took them out. So actually a quiet day at home is perfectly fine. I feel like it would have been nice to have just gone out and done something and had that distraction, but actually Coco didn't really feel like going anywhere. None of us really felt like going anywhere, and then it started raining. Anyway, I'm going to get this lot planted up. So I thought I would share with you what is new in my wardrobe and also what I bought in Barcelona. This shirt is from Orally and I love it. I love the stripe and I love the lace detail around the collar. I think it is just gorgeous. And I bought these shoes in Barcelona, espadrilles, and just really, really easy to slip on. I think they're going to be so useful over spring, summer, and I probably wear them a little bit like slippers. So that is the first look, but I think this shirt is just gorgeous and I love the fabric and the blue and white stripe. I bought this little top in Zara in Barcelona and I love the gold frill here. I think it's really pretty, and again it's a top that can be dressed up, dressed down. While I'm wearing a top like this, I just thought I'd talk to you about underwear. I don't like showing off my underwear underneath tops, so I always go for a t-shirt style bra, and normally a nude colour. I've got a white version here to show you. I just think this style of bra respects your modesty, and I just don't like having kind of nipples on show. I don't like being able to see my bra through my clothes. I have to wear a bra the whole time, and so that is my go-to style. Okay, it might not be that sexy, that glamorous, but they're comfortable, they're practical, and they work. And at this stage in my life, that's far more important than having, you know, really beautiful lingerie. I just stick with that style. I shared this dress with you in Barcelona and it is just so versatile, really lovely and easy to wear, and just great. It is again from Orally. So this is a skirt that I bought in Barcelona from Mango. I actually went for a size medium because I have got hips, basically, and if I go for a size small I feel restricted, and there's nothing worse than that. So this is a size medium, which also means it's slightly longer on me. I think I'd love it to be a couple of inches longer, but I just loved the pattern and the fact that it's got pockets, so I bought it, and I know that I will get lots of wear out of it. I've just teamed it with this vest top from Zara. And again, I went for a size medium in this because I'm quite chesty, so I just felt it fitted better, and I don't like them too tight around my waist. I bought this is a cream one. I also bought a white one because I just thought they'd be really useful, and I also like the fact that they've got wider straps, so your bra strap's not on display. So yes, Zara and Mango. And I'm really, really pleased with this skirt. I think, yeah, just really easy to wear. It's got this sort of shiny fabric, I don't know what it is, and it's got quite a good hem as well, so you couldn't take it down. But you can sort of dress it up or dress it down. You could put it with heels and go out in the evening and not feel underdressed, but you could wear it with trainers. I've just got my espadrilles on. So, you know, again, a really versatile piece. And when I'm shopping and thinking about colours that I've got, things that I wear it with, you guys probably know by now, I love blue and I love white. And so I'm a bit of a magnet towards those colours. But they work for me and they're colours that I love, and I've got accessories that work really well with those colours as well. So I then find I am buying less of something, whereas if I'm wearing colour that I don't have accessories to go with or what have you, then I tend not to gravitate towards it, like taking it out of my wardrobe and putting it on. Whereas if I've got something that I know, I've got my handbag, I can just quickly throw over like a navy jumper or navy cardigan, and I've already got those things and they work really well, whereas a green cardigan or something wouldn't work with this, although I do have green cardigans and I do love green as well, but hopefully you know what I mean. So this is the mango dress that I bought in Barcelona and I absolutely love it. It feels so beautiful to wear. I love the tie details and it just, you know, I think works really well. Quite nice as well over the tummy, it just sort of hides that area. I love the little sleeves and the collar, wear it up or down. And this is a necklace that I bought in Barcelona, which I'm really, really thrilled with. So that is the blue dress. Sorry, there's a fly that's just flown in. This is the other necklace, which I also just adore. I'm really, really thrilled that I bought them. The other great thing about this dress is you can dress it up, you can dress it down. I could wear it with trainers, I could wear it with heels in the evening. So it's a really versatile dress, which is even better. I just got rid of that fly that was buzzing around, but I wanted to share this with you on. I love it. It is so cozy. It is so just perfect. I love the colours. It is really, really pretty. I am really loving this necklace. I've just thrown on an old linen shirt. I actually wore this the other evening when I was feeling sore and tired and emotional. I had a hot bath, popped my pyjamas on, I snuggled wearing this downstairs watching TV with Si and just sort of chatting to him. So you can just wear it over your jammies or your night dress as the sort of house coat, or you can dress it up, you can put a pretty necklace on and just wear it with your jeans or over a dress. Just really kind of cozy spring summer layer, which we need here in the UK, don't we? Rather than, you know, big kind of cashmere knit, actually something like this is stylish and really, really fashionable at the moment as well. So the last thing that I have got to share with you are these espadrilles. They are from a company called Ropey Soles and they have got a really, really fabulous selection of espadrilles. They've just got some new stock in as well. And I know that I'm going to be living in them and wearing them a little bit like slippers, but it's okay if you then wear your slippers out and you don't change your shoes, if you know what I mean. My slippers that I wear in the house get a bit too hot in the summer months because they're sheepskin, and so these are just going to be so useful. So I've got this lovely kind of khaki green version and then this sandy beige colour. And they are really comfortable. They're true to size. I'm wearing a 39 and they are absolutely perfect. They're seriously comfortable. And I've got a discount code for you, which is AskCharlie10 for you to get 10% off when you place an order with Ropey Soles. So I will leave their details on the screen here, but also linked down below. Really can highly recommend you checking them out because seriously useful for the spring summer months. And just a little tip, they've got the label Ropey Soles and I wear that on the left foot, so then they become moulded to you because you can wear them like on either or, but they are really comfy. So I know that espadrilles, I feel like a horse doing this, it's so difficult to get my head, my feet and you hearing me because I just don't like using microphones in one shot. It's a little tricky, but I'm very, very excited about these, as you can probably tell. And my ones from Barcelona, but these are a lot more expensive and kind of smarter ones, like, you know, they're suede. And these will get dirty, so these will be kind of for best, whereas the Ropey Soles are going to be my slippers and everyday ones as well. So yes, go and check them out if you'd like to. I've got something else to chat to you about, so I thought I'd sit down, and that is Spots and Stripes. I am a massive fan and have been using their products on the children and myself for quite a few years actually. I think when Charlotte first started the company, and I had the pleasure of meeting her last year, and she's just a gorgeous, gorgeous person. Their awesome Arnica balm, let's chat about that first, We have all got one of these, including me. This is my one, and it's amazing. I am a huge fan of homeopathic remedies and medicine, and I actually have been using this since the incident with Cassie on Sunday. You know, you can see a little bit of the bruise still there and on my hand here, and I've just been rubbing this in a few times a day. And Archie, who's away at boarding school, has got a tube in his bedside table, and Gus has got one on his bedside table, as has Coco, and it's just a really, really lovely product. It is great for you know, for bruises, for head injuries, for muscle aches, all sorts of things. It's really, really useful, and can highly recommend that. But I've also got their sunscreen, which is it got an award. I can't remember exactly what the award is, but it is a mineral based sun cream. It's 99% natural and 100% mineral sunscreen, and it doesn't you know, block your pores and all of that. And actually, mineral sunscreens are really expensive, and this is, I think, really, really sensibly priced. It's SPF 30, and it we have been using it. What is lovely about it is it doesn't leave you looking like a ghost. It rubs in really beautifully, and it feels really nice on the skin too. I mean, look, there's no hint of that, and it's honestly a lovely, lovely sunscreen. I was using it on the children down in Devon when they were surfing, although the weather wasn't that good. It's really important, particularly when you're on the water, to put a sunscreen on. Even with sunscreen, Coco's freckles popped more than she would have liked them to off. And so it just shows you the power of the sun. And I think sunscreen is really, really important. It's so important to get out there and get your vitamin D, but it's also really important to protect our skin. And I wish that I had protected mine when I was younger. You know, I still struggle with the skin pigmentation, which is why I go and have my monthly facials with Wendy, and it has improved dramatically. But I wish I had worn sunscreen when I was younger. So a company to go and check out are Spots and Stripes, and I'll leave them linked down below, because I think they're a great brand. I've changed into scruffy clothes and I'm out walking the dogs. It is really, really lovely. Lola, heel, to have Lola back. Much calmer and much better behaved than before. So she's been with the dog trainer who's up in Norfolk, and she's now home. She's behind me. Lola, heel! But it is gorgeous to have her back. We've all missed her immensely, and actually, because of what happened at the weekend, it's just lovely that she's home, and it was something to look forward to her coming back yesterday, which was really lovely. And it's lovely to be out for a walk with all the dogs. I've got, you can see Tess bringing up the rear. I've got these two on the leads. I daren't let them off. They're in full hunting mode at the moment. And Lola currently to heel. Simon's told me that I've got to keep her to heel, and she's got to be well behaved. I mustn't let her get unruly, so I'm strict instructions. But the bluebells, I'm going to turn you around, are just stunning. It's so beautiful, and I feel so grateful that we live where we do, and I just get to see the beauty of this place the whole time. Then it's just stopped for a moment. So anyway, I'm going to turn you around and let you see. Just let Lola go and have a little splash. Labradors and water, hey? But look how beautiful it is. I love this time of year. Just simply stunning. I think if this weekend has taught me anything, it is to live in the moment and to enjoy everything, you know, right now, not take anything for granted, like the bluebells in the wood, or riding side saddle with Coco, or, you know, even just the small things. It's just to be grateful for everything that we've got in the present, and you never know what's going to be taken away and when it's going to be taken away. And just really just to enjoy all the little things that there are in life, like little Tess running behind, and, you know, everything. So yes, that's my thought for the moment. The other thing I've just been thinking about is how extraordinary life is, and how things work out and things happen for a reason. I was chatting to my brother again this morning. It's lovely, we've been in really close touch recently, and he was telling me, and I've completely forgotten about it, he was doing a competition at the south of England, which was his pre-Windsor run on his event horse. This is years ago, I mean, gosh, like over 25 years ago. And he had to make a decision at the south of England that he wasn't going to be doing Windsor, and that the horse was going to be retired. And he said, Charlie, it's just extraordinary that this has now happened to Coco. And, you know, we were at the south of England, and that was our warm-up for Windsor in 2 weekends' time. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in the dogs. And that was our warm-up for Windsor, and it's always been Coco's dream to ride at Windsor, and it was my brother's dream to ride at Windsor, and he never got to do that. And hopefully one day Coco's dream will come true. Lola, yeah. But I just thought that was extraordinary, that the same thing happened to him all those years ago that's now happened to Coco. And it's just bizarre, isn't it? Anyway, Lola isn't coming to heel, so I better concentrate. I'm back from the school run. Coco's just getting Hooch ready. She's meeting her best friend to go for a hike this evening, which I think will be perfect. I've just come out to water the greenhouse, and it's looking very exciting. I mean, look at these broad beans, purple sprouting broccoli. It's all coming on really well, really well. I'm going to need to start potting things on and planting things out ASAP, which is really exciting because kitchen garden is all ready. I haven't dug that trench. I might go and do it now, but I'm actually going out for supper. No, I'm not. Well, I might go and dig a little bit more of it. I did dig a tiny bit yesterday. Just was feeling a bit sore. I might go and do a little bit more now. Just while Coco's waiting, her friend's going to message when she's on board so they can meet at the right spot. But I'm going out for supper with some girlfriends in 40 minutes, so I need to get changed for that, which I'm looking forward to. I'm sort of slightly, I was talking to Coco about it on the way home. I really, really love them. They are really great friends, and we haven't got together for ages. I haven't been out for ages, just me. But really, I want to read my book and do the ironing. I've got such a mountain of ironing. The lady that helps me didn't come yesterday because it's a bank holiday, and it's bad. I did a tiny bit earlier, but it's bad. It's really bad. It's scary. And I know it will do me the world of good going out, but and it will be wonderful to see them, and I am looking forward to it. But at the same time, I'm loving my book, and I know that when I get home, Si will be asleep, and he won't want me putting the light on and reading my books. I might actually leave my book downstairs and read a little bit on the sofa before I go up to bed. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Anyhow, I'm going to water this little lot and go and dig a little bit more. So I'm ready. I'm wearing my white Spurgers. Florence has come to see what I'm doing. I decided to go really cash and really cozy because I'm feeling like I need to be cozy at the moment. So I put this on, and I've made a little bit of an effort with my necklace, and I've just touched up my makeup, put some perfume on, brushed my hair, and we're ready to go and have a very, very casual supper with the girls and a much needed catch up. You want to come and say hello, don't you? But Simon's not quite back and Coco's out for a ride, so I can't leave until he gets here. So I'm going to go downstairs and hopefully the minute he's back I can whiz off. Yes, hopefully he won't be long. I sent him a message and said, you have remembered, haven't you? Anyway, I will chat to you all tomorrow. Good morning from the kitchen garden. Wearing a very bizarre outfit of like semi-workout, semi-horsey, and I'm gardening. But I really wanted to finish digging the trench for the potatoes, and I've done it, and I've planted them, which is even better. So I've got 2 rows of potatoes in. I've also just planted my broad beans and my purple sprouting broccoli seedlings. It's due to rain tomorrow, and I thought actually it's going to be a beautiful day today. Get them out now because the forecast isn't brilliant, and I thought it was better to get them out while the weather was good. So I'm going to give them a little water, but it feels really good that I've done that because I'm so behind on the kitchen garden this year. But do you know what? There is no rush. Like somebody said, oh gosh, you're really late planting your tomato seeds. Well, do you know what? It doesn't matter. If we don't pick our tomatoes until August or into September, what's the race? There is no race. It doesn't matter. We're actually away for a lot of July, so I'm quite happy that they will be a bit later. I hadn't planned that, but that's a positive. I had such a lovely evening with the girls. Sadly, oh, there's a truck going past. Sadly, one of them couldn't come, which was a shame, but it was just gorgeous. So good for the soul. Like I said to you, I'd really rather be ironing maybe and reading my book. I wouldn't have rather be doing that, but I knew that sometimes you have to push yourself, and I think we all felt a bit like that because we're not used to going out very much. Well, I don't know. I know that they don't go out that often either. But we chatted for hours. It was really lovely, and actually it wasn't a late night. I got back and I had time to read a few pages of my book before the lights went out. So even better. And it is such a beautiful day. It's a little bit of a chill in the air, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous spring day down here. I need to go and jump in the shower and get ready for the day because I've got a meeting in, oh gosh, 25 minutes. Okay, but it's good that I've got this done, so I'm going to give them a quick water and then go and get showered and ready for the day. I'm showered, ready for the day. I've had my meeting. I've just filmed a quick TikTok, and I need to go and watch Coco now in an athletics competition. She was so excited yesterday when I picked her up because I think she won the 100 metres, and Coco had never been much of a runner until we worked on her breathing, and now we've got that sorted. She's off, which is great, so I shall be there to cheer her on. I'm sorry, I've cried in this week's vlog. It's been a bit of an emotional week, but thank you so much for watching, and I will be back next week with my how-to and my vlog, and I will see you again then. In the meantime, I'm sending lots and lots of love, and I hope you have a wonderful time celebrating the coronation if you are. We've got some lovely plans which I'm really looking forward to.